Hello again, I am Blunty, and if you're a gamer who likes to record your own gameplay for reviews or let's plays or a stream or whatever you're doing, you're probably pretty familiar with what this thing is. This is one of the most common game capture / streaming devices out there. This is a Hauppauge HDPVR 2. Well, this one is the gaming specific edition. I did review this when it first came out, and it is quite a nice performer and has served me very, very well. But now there is a new game capture device from Hauppauge, which they call the HDPVR Rocket, and this has a couple of neat tricks up its sleeves. Firstly, as we can see here, pocket-sized stand-alone video recorder, so you can use this without ever having to have a PC connected to it. So that can be convenient if your PC happens to be in a different room to where your gaming setup is and you don't maybe have a laptop you can move around, or if you're like me and you tend to use a Mac as your main computer, and you'll find most of the game recording devices out there, particularly AVerMedia ones and stuff like that, just are not compatible with Mac at all. So that's a bit of an inconvenience. So being able to just use the device to record directly to a USB thumbstick is brilliantly handy, and that's what got me interested in this when I found out about them. So you can record your Xbox, your PlayStation, your PC game straight off this. All you need is a HDMI output that you can stick into the thing, and apparently you slap that big red button and it goes. It just doesn't get any easier than that now, does it? So let's open them up and find out what we got inside here, and then we'll do some tests, see? How does that sound to you guys? Sounds good to me. So a quick little unboxing here. Oh, I suppose they were supposed to be punched in or something so the thing didn't slide about in the box. I don't know, but yeah, it's just sort of sitting there. All right, fair enough. So, the other thing I meant to mention before we get to the unboxing is, you can probably see here, just guessing by these logos and stuff, there is a microphone input in there as well. So if you are using it in PC free mode, just using it on its own, you still can do your game commentary and sort of live review stuff or whatever. You can record what the things you are saying by plugging a microphone directly into that. Works with powered and unpowered microphones apparently, so nice and easy. So we've got a bit of a plastic film over the button here. Let's get rid of that because that's already bugging me. So yeah, big red button, hit it to record, and I would assume, based on the other Hauppauge video products, that this bar around the edge here would light up. In fact, if we look at the picture over here, yeah, it looks like it lights up to show you that it's recording. Probably blinks to tell you when it's not recording or something like that. Alright, brief edit so we can let the camera focus on the back here, see what we're dealing with. A USB input, that's just for power. That doesn't necessarily interact with the machine, although I do think you use the same port when you go to your PC. But you can run this directly off the handy-dandy USB port in the game device itself that you're recording off, so your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatnot. Analog AV in for your component stuff and composite stuff, and of course your HDMI in and out. And these are apparently absolutely lag-free, so you can come in from your game device and out again straight away to your display. You don't have to worry about getting a split or anything, it just kind of works, which is nice. So that's the box itself. Let's have a look at what cables we've got coming with it. This looks to be standard USB cable. What have we got here? Oh, we've got a couple of splits. See, now this is the trick to it. This is a double-ended USB cable. So, and the reason for this is, you may have noticed when I held this up before that says 5 volt 1 amp, and that's a reasonably high powered USB port. Not all USB ports are capable of putting out 1 amp, most do half that, 500 milliamp. If you happen to have USB ports that don't quite spit out enough power, you plug it into 2 of them instead. And that's why that's got the dual head on there. I've got a couple of hard drives that used to need one of these as well, just to sort of suck the power from 2 USB ports to kick it up in the balls. And of course your standard USB cable, USB plug on the other side. And here we have the quick start guide, which yes, hook it up to your things and plug it in, hit the button, press go. I think we can figure that out on our own, thank you very much. And plenty of cables as per usual from Hauppauge, so make sure you're set up from the get-go. So we have the HDMI cable here, although we've all got plenty of these I imagine by now. I know I've got a drawer full of them, but yeah, just one because you already have one with your game machine obviously, so you only need one extra one, at minimum to get this thing to working, because you need to come out again. Easy peasy. There's your component and composite cable, I should say, for your PlayStation 3, because of course the HDMI port of that cannot be used for game capture because it is protected. The PlayStation 4 one is currently still protected, but Sony have an update coming out where they say, well, will unprotect the HDMI from the PS4, so you can use devices like this with it easily and properly. But until then, I do have another video I put up quite recently of a way to sort of work around that until they sort of unlock it, so you can use these just pain-free. And in here, the cable itself for the outputs of the box. So just a multi-port cable on that end coming out to these on the other end, so they don't have to have a bunch of, you know, plugs and sockets on that end, so they can keep it nice and small, because let's face it, very few of us are going to be using that these days anyway, so we want nice and small as possible, and HDMI is the way to handle that. So that's it for the unboxing. Nothing terribly complex. Everything you could possibly need is in the box, except for, you know, a game device to plug into it, I guess, which we should do now and test it, see how it works. Now, this can work in two modes. You can record directly to a USB thumb drive, and I will try an external hard drive as well, because they generally have a lot more space. It says on the box it will support thumb drives up to 32 gigabytes, but I want to try a big terabyte sized hard drive as well, because, you know, maybe you want to record hours and 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 hours of footage without having to worry about it. It does use H.264 encoding, so they're nice space efficient files, so you should get plenty of gameplay on your little USB sticks. But yeah, we'll plug it in and I'll take a look and we'll see how big the files are and how good they look and all that kind of stuff. Alrighty guys, I figured a little blaster Forza 5 would be just the ticket for testing out a game capture device, seeing as that it's an incredibly pretty game. It's got lots and lots of detail and lots and faster movement and stuff. Well, hopefully fast movement, you know, if I don't suck at racing the game. And everybody is tearing away from me here off the start. That's alright, because I love doing this. Pit maneuver, not quite. This one. Oh, I missed him. Oh, there goes my window. Just had that replaced too. I'm just going to waffle on for a bit here so you can see how well the game capture looks and also how well the direct microphone input is working. I've got it set up just as the standalone recorder mode. You can of course hook it up to your PC and use it as a more traditional capture device, and the Hauppauge has software designed to do that and sort of make that as easy as possible to set up. It's actually pretty good. I've just had a bit of a play with it, but yeah, what you're seeing now is recorded directly to the USB thumbstick in standalone mode, because that's one of the most convenient things about this new model, being able to do that. So here we are. The headset you're listening to me on, by the way, is the Sennheiser Gaformi Zero. Whoops, got distracted there trying to remember the name of the damn headset, which I've recently reviewed and found to be excellent. It has a really nice quality mic on it, and I chose that because, well, now I'll be able to tell how much of the audio quality we're losing thanks to compression or some sort of audio input issue, because I know for a fact this microphone is actually surprisingly good, crisp and clear, lots of bass, minimal hiss. So hopefully it should be coming through quite nicely. Please don't judge me on my driving, by the way. It's quite difficult to talk about tech stuff and drive at the same time. Plus the fact that I kind of suck hard at driving sim games, even though I have got some of the assists turned on, as you can probably tell. You know, the racing line sitting on the road there, and I think I've got the ABS still turned on. But obviously not assisted braking though. What was I saying? I forget. This is kind of like what I waffle on about when I'm streaming games. Although when I stream games I'm normally drunk as well, so it helps me be a little more entertaining, I guess, and gives me a good excuse for when I suck at a game. That's what I was talking about driving sims versus arcade races, which I normally prefer. Oh, way too fast around that corner. And yeah, not much of a car guy, huge Top Gear fan, and I guess if you own this game you already know there's a bunch of Top Gear stuff in it from the proper Top Gear, not, by the way, not the horrific Australian version, and not the twangy, stupid American version, the one and only version in my mind, the proper English Top Gear from the BBC. Yeah, Clarkson and the hamster and what's the other guy name? I'm just picking it up now. It's like you're screaming out there the third guy's name because I won't say it. I know it's getting to you guys. Sorry, I just went silent there for a second because I suddenly lost in the game a bit. I'm chasing down this. Where's that green thing? Is that a car guys will know? Whoops, that's a Jaguar, isn't it? I'm chasing down in front of that Toyota. I want him. I want that British Racing Green. I hope it's a Jaguar anyway, because people are going to be awfully, car people are going to be pulling their hair out if I've misidentified that car. It was like I was just saying, I'm not much of a car guy. I just love Top Gear because it's one of the best shot, most entertaining, funniest, wittiest, cleverest shows on TV, and I really like the way they approach their reviews. And I try and put some of that into my reviews, a bit of the wordplay and some fun analogies and metaphors and stuff like that. I'll try and squeeze in from time to time. Oh, that was nice. And if I wasn't already recording this on a game capture device, I would say Xbox record that. Which it didn't do for some reason when I just said that. I was expecting it to trigger recording it. Maybe it's not listening to me anymore. Maybe I've accidentally unplugged the Kinect again. But yeah, there is still a place for these external recording devices. If you haven't seen my video comparing the Xbox One's internal recording stuff from its inbuilt game DVR stuff with externally recorded, I do have a video on that. I'll put the link in the description of this video for you to check out. But yeah, it's a massive difference in quality. Externally recorded stuff, as long as you get your settings right. And that's one of the good things about this HDPVR Rocket, by the way. You don't have to fiddle and putz about the settings. It's just set up out of the box, ready to go with a nice, decent bit rate for the 1080p 30 frames per second gameplay that is set up by default to record in a standalone mode. You can fiddle with that if you like with the software on your PC, if you prefer to do a higher or lower bit rate or something. You can, of course, choose to do that. That was a bit of a squirrely corner. But yeah, absolutely. If you're doing Let's Plays or game reviews or anything like that, you really are going to want an external game recorder like this guy, because as you've been saying, it's just so much better quality, and hopefully it's so much better quality anyway. When you watch this back, you'll be impressed by it. But yeah, I think that's enough of me waffling on to get an idea about what the game is like. As I said, I've just got it set up in standalone mode here. I've got Xbox feeding directly into it from HDMI, straight out again from the pass-through into my TV, which, by the way, is absolutely lagless. I've been playing this, easily, simply with that pass-through, and recording directly to a little, just a little USB stick. Nothing special about it, just one of those cheapo ones, 8 gig, probably cost you about $12 or something. And away you go, slap the button, plug in a headset, then slap the button, I guess, and it works brilliantly. So simple, so easy, and yeah, not much else to say. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time. Oh look, my paint job's all screwed up. Look at my little black stick driver there, he's all depressed. Look at what you've done to the paint job. Horrible. Dents and scratches, and the body panels are all screwed up. Windows cracked on both sides, I think. Did I crack both sides of the windows? I wasn't paying that much attention. Yeah, I sure did. You like my paint job? That was just one of the defaults I picked. I think someone uploaded that when I installed the game and said, "Oh, would you like to pick paint jobs?" And I thought, well, that's very Xboxy. Just the Xbox green with the black fade on the front, little logo there. Pretty, huh? Anyway, I said I was going, but I just wanted to commiserate over the state of my friggin' car. I'm not what you would call a gentle racer. And those of you who've run into my drivatar may be familiar with that fact by now. It probably drives like an asshole just like me. Catch you later, guys.